runs the Tyson Snocross National, presented by Quickstar. Let's meet the 15 combatants in this last race. The Pro Final, your number 14 qualifier, is out of Northwest Territory, racing for Fuller Motorsports. He is on the number 22 Artie Cat, Brandon Bradbury. Your number 13 qualifiers out of Red Wing, Minnesota, racing for Zanstra Motorsports, Artie Cat, NMC Exteriors and Remodeling, and Fly Racing. On the 705 Artie Cat, the number 13 qualifier, his name is Tyler Adams. Your next qualifier is on the number 98 Artie Cat out of Rivaneva, Michigan. For Studboy, Artie Cat, and Fly Racing, his name, Nick Patton. The number 11 qualifier is racing out of Bemidji, Minnesota. He's on the 115 Polaris. For Judnick Motorsports, Polaris Racing, Climb, and Jack Link's Beef Jerky, his name, Trent Whitworth. The number 10 qualifier coming across the finish line is on the number 40 Polaris. From Stockholm, Sweden, for Henches Racing, sponsored by Polaris, FXR, and Monster Energy, his name is Oscar Norm. The number 9 qualifier comes to you from southern Minnesota, racing for Muller Motorsports, sponsored by Odson Underground, Midwest Ag Advisors, and First Ag Solutions, his name, Travis Muller. The number 8 qualifier is out of Ironwood, Michigan, for Team Lavallee, sponsored by Polaris, Red Bull, also Walker Evans Racing Shocks, and FXR. They call him Senior Smiley. On the number 324 Polaris, Kyle Pauline. The number 7 qualifier out of Lake Nebagamon, Wisconsin, comes with sponsorship by Ditch Witch of Minnesota and Iowa, Fly Racing, Western Power Sports, and Hayford Ford. He's on the number 21 Polaris from Coutu Motorsports, his name, Cole Coutu. The number 6 qualifier out of Fertile, Minnesota, racing for Christian Brothers Racing, sponsored by Artie Cat, Country Cat, and TDS. On the number 43 Artie Cat, Logan Christian. The top 5 find the number 5 qualifier out of Stockholm, Sweden. Again, racing for Henches Racing, sponsored by Polaris, FXR, Monster Energy, and by Pertec. He's on the number 31 Polaris, again from Stockholm, Sweden, Emilhard. Your number 4 qualifier is your current points leader. He's out of Oppdal, Norway, racing for Skidoo, Jimmy John's, XPS, FXR. He's the defending pro champion. His name, Elias Ischel. Your top 3 out of Aurora, Minnesota, racing for Shearing Speed Sports. He is sponsored by Amsoil, the U.S. Air Force, Skidoo, also by Climb, and Milwaukee Tools. On the number 13 Skidoo, the number 3 qualifier, Lincoln Lemieux. Your number 2 qualifier comes from Deer River, Minnesota. He is on a Skidoo, racing for Warner Racing, sponsored by Makita, Rockstar, Skidoo, NSK, and GMC Trucks. Give it up for the 221 Skidoo of Daniel Benham. And your number 1 qualifier on top of the box in round number 9 comes from Finland. He's racing for Boss Racing, sponsored by Skidoo, Jimmy John's, XPS, and FXR. The 128 Skidoo, his name, Aki Palaya. Those are the top 14 qualifiers. 13 laps. Pro Final coming up next, Paul.
And let's get some pre-race inside trackside from Josie Christian.
We saw it in the Pro Light class, and we're going to see it again in the Pro class with the points battle. All the rest of the pack is catching up to Elias Ischel for those red plates, especially his teammate. We saw his teammate dominate in the last round, also dominating tonight. Aki got first, Elias got second in the last round. Will the Jimmy John sleds be freaky fast tonight?
Well, there's nothing better than that when you're the gang of Boss Racing to have both your sleds finish 1-2.
You got to wonder how that would work, though. You know, currently Elias is your points leader, and all of a sudden Aki, and so now you got to turn the red plates over to your teammate. Ouch!
Feel the burn on that one.
I know it. So again, we're getting ready to line up. Remember that they line up in inverted order. So the person that gets first choice in the front row is right there. Travis Muller on the 436 Artie Cat. Looks to be going inside. Kyle Pauline, you see Logan Christian right behind that flag on the number 43 Artie Cat. We'll get them lined up as they line up in the front.
I got to tell you, I was really impressed with Logan Christian's running his second qualifier.
He very much so. I mean, he really put it all together. Well, it looks like the guys that have the best draws all going to the inside. You see Muller. Kyle Pauline has lined up way on the inside here. You see Kyle trying to clean that berm down just a bit so that he's got a good launching area.
And he's got Cole Coutu next to him there with the 21. Logan's going to slot in alongside of Coutu.
And so Logan will have Coutu on one side, and he'll have Travis Muller on the other side. Boy, they just keep going right across the front. Emilhar Ishol is yet to pull in. But he is in there. He's right about in the middle.
And all the way to the outside.
Outside, Aki Polaya. Now there's one more person that can go in the front row. That would be Oscar Norm. We'll look for that. There is the Makita Power Tower.
And Makita, of course, is the official tool of Amsoil Snocross. And that Makita Power Tower, you can see some of the team managers already up there from Warner Racing, among others. Getting the best seat, the best view in the house here.
I can tell by right in the middle there. Judd, Scott Judnick from Judnick Motorsports up there. Mike Bauer, one of the mechanics. I believe Nate Hinch is up in the booth already, and you know, that's where they watch closely to see how these guys are doing. Boy, they are really cleaning out that starting area for Kyle Pauline. It's going to be interesting to see how he launches there. I said that, you know, the last person that will line up in the front row is Oscar Norm. Norm was way on the outside as he was the number 10 qualifier, so he got first choice in the back row or last choice in the front row. Sleds are running, everybody warming them up, the mechanics checking them, making sure that the pipe temp is good. And it won't be long, and we will be underway for this final. Again, 13 laps.
You see Kyle Pauline there going through a little pre-race stretching and limbering up before he hops on board that Lavalley Racing Red Bull Polaris.
So the starting folks have told the mechanics, let's get them on the ground, let's get you to go racing. They got him warmed up back just a bit. Now they'll bring him up to the line. Yeah, I kind of wonder about starts here. Everybody going inside, but again, we've seen that the outside can be very fast. If you don't get a hole shot and are able to position yourself on the inside, I still say that outside is a good starting area.
Yeah, the best bet I would think coming off the line from the inside there is you're going to want to come across the track and lock out that outside so that nobody can get a run on it.
Those two guys right there have had huge hole shots. That's Aki Palai and Daniel Benham. Keep an eye on those two. Like you said, Logie had a great hole shot in his earlier round of qualifying. This is an interesting race. We'll see who gets out front early on.
Elias Ishol has the point lead, but the battle for second and third in points is going to be pretty hot and heavy going into this pro final. Kyle Pauline's going to do a quick reset here with the 324.
You know, that maybe wasn't a bad idea. You kind of burped it a little bit, maybe knocked down that snow just a hair. They did have a shovel out trying to make the starting grid just a tad bit wider to accommodate everyone. You see them throwing snow on the tops of the heat exchanger in the back, trying to keep these sleds cool until they get underway.
All right, so the mechanics clear out. They'll be on the button here, and we are moments away from the start of the Pro Final here at the Tyson Snowcross National, presented by Quickstar. They mash the gas coming off the line. The pros are on track here in Dubuque. Who will have the stud boy hold shot? It looks like it was Lincoln Lemieux.
You got Lemieux right away, but look who's coming on the inside. Got one of the Boss Racing sleds going with him, and that is Elias Ischel.
Looks like Benham in early third as they carve their way through the FXR turn.
Going to #1 qualifier back there in probably fifth, just getting roosted as they work through the racetrack here.
Oh, and Elias with a nice move on the inside out of the Polaris turn.
And some troubles down in that corner. That's Logan Chris.
Oh.
Look at that, Lemieux over huge.
Oh, man.
What an off.
So now Ischel will have the lead, and Benham will be the guy trying to chase him down as they'll work their way down into the ramp sweeper.
Boy, that last lap, you had Logan Christian that had a problem. They were gathered up there. Logan may have gotten tagged a little bit. And then while that was going on in front of it, Lincoln Lemieux, just a huge endo as that sled went over.
So Ischel and Benham separated by a few sled lengths here coming out of the FXR turn.
And speaking of FXR, the FXR mobile medical team down there attending to Lincoln Lemieux. You see him pointing at everybody outside. The sled and the driver off the track. The yellows are pulled back in, so it's full course racing again. So it's Ischel out front, Benham in second.
And Aki Palaya, after having not such a great start, has been able to move up to third ahead of Oscar Norm and Abel Hars. So the Hedges sleds went in the fourth and fifth spot as Ischel carves it through the ramp sweeper heading toward that Tyson's rhythm section.
Set some intervals here between the riders. Ischel's got a little over a second on Daniel Benham, now almost 2 seconds. Benham is about 2 seconds ahead of Aki Palaya, and then another 2.5 seconds between Palaya and Oscar Norm. So everybody's starting to slide in here on this 13-lap final. But it's Ischel out front. Look at this, and we'll see. This is where it started. So there you see Logie. Logie's off, and he gets nudged, and then the huge endo. And boy, I tell you, Lincoln landing on that shoulder again, and that can't be good.
I think there was just glancing contact with Benham in the air that upset the balance of the sled, and at that point, Lemieux basically forcibly ejected from his sled.
Green out, no yellows on the racetrack right now, and Ischel kind of got clear sailing out in front of him, so no visibility problems, able to set that sled up where he wants, and doing a great job. Almost a 3-second lead now over Daniel Benham. And I've said this before, when we raced a week ago in Dubuque for round 8 and round, or rather 7 and 8, that racetrack, you couldn't run out and hide. You were always racing people in front of you. Daniel Benham now trying to catch Ischel, but Ischel, nobody in front of him. He trying to find, you know, the ground to get away and hide a little bit. You know, it's good to see this guy back up, and even though he's not pushing it real hard, it's good to see that, you know, the number 13 of Lincoln Lemieux back on the racetrack.
Yeah, that was a particularly nasty one that he took there in that rhythm section. We're closing in on the halfway point in our profile. Elias Ischel on the Boss Racing XPS Jimmy John Skidoo, leading now by about 2.5 seconds over that blue-black sled. That's the Nikita Rockstar Skidoo with Daniel Benham. And Benham in turn is about 3 seconds ahead of Ischel's teammate, Aki Palaya, who sits in third.
Like you said, both of the hitches are still sitting in fourth or fifth. You know, after we get done with round 10 here, we're off for 2 weeks. As I indicated, some of those teams are really going to need those 2 weeks to let some of their drivers heal up. Then there's a race, and they're off another 2 weeks. Boy, these next 5 weeks are going to be huge for some of these race teams.
So it's important to carry some momentum into that break. Ischel looking to do that to add to his point lead. Benham meanwhile, continues to chase after him, and Benham has actually chipped away a little bit of the advantage here, Mike.
And he sure has. It's down to just a little over 2 seconds. And, you know, we've seen this out of Isho before, where he's had a substantial lead. He's maybe just, you know, dug a little deeper within himself, feels confident where he's at, may have slowed down just a bit. That last lap, Isho ran a 46.284, where Benham ran a 45.219, so about a half second faster that last lap for Daniel Benham.
We'll check the interval when they come by this time. This time, Isho with a 45.9 to a 46.1 for Benham. So
put a couple of tenths back on that lead. So, you know, it's give and take. But Benham, you know, right there they go by Lincoln Lemieux. Like we said, just good to see him on the track. But Benham is, you know, still charging hard. Have a little, you know, bobble by your race leader. Benham could charge.
one thing we haven't talked about here, Mike, as we continue to watch Aki Polaia back there in the third spot, we talked about the clutching, how important that is off the starts. But when you've got a track that's this long, this technical, this rough, suspension setup is critically important.
It really is. I mean, you know, so much of the setup is done for the low shot as far as clutching and that, but again, the way that you set it up for the sled to rebound the shots and everything, you know, and the dampening in it, it's an art. Most of these teams have one person, and that's all they do is work on the shocks. So whether they're KYBs or whether they're Fox shocks or Walker Evans or whatever, the setups of the shocks are so important on these sleds.
Well, you see back there on that black Pertex sled, that is Oscar North running in fourth, and he is trying to close the gap here on Aki Polaia as we are into the second half of this pro final.
And Oscar just doesn't seem to be able to make up any ground on Aki. You know, the intervals, again, let's reset them as they come across. This time, Isho with about a 2.5 second lead over Benham. And then Benham has got about a 6-second lead over Aki Polaia. Meanwhile, Polaia's got about a little over 2 seconds on North for that last podium spot. So, again, anything, your first two racers are starting to pull away from that third place sled of Aki Polaia.
And that was the 22 of Brandon Bradbury. Latin sled moving down the inside, back up front here. Elias Ischel is working his way through some traffic as well. Looks like he's going to catch up to the Tyler Adams number 705 here as they'll come to the Tyson's Rhythm section.
There you see the race leader again, counting down 4 laps left to go. In his opinion, been in a little bit of a dry spell here. This would be a big win for him and Watts Racing.
Around the Polaris turn, eases it up and then gets that sled good and squared up here to attack this rhythm section.
Benham behind him in just about 3 seconds as Elias has been able to put a little more distance between he and Daniel Benham.
Going back down into this ram sweeper, there's Benham. About to enter the sweeper here, so you can kind of get a feel for how far up the racetrack Elias Ischel is ahead, but you can see the roost from Ischel.
And there he goes across the Amsoil finish line, and then Benham right behind him. Still about almost 3 seconds, so not much change there. Almost identical lap times. 47.565 to 47.439, all within a tenth of a second.
And by the way, Logan Christian, you saw him tip over there early on, and then right after that was when Lemieux had his issue. Logan Christian right now running in the 7th spot on like pole 2, who's sitting in the 6th position.
And good to see Logan up there running. You know, you could see that he got hit a little bit, and you know, everybody trying to get around him, but it was so tied up in that corner. So good to see him out here still in 7th place, not where he wants to be, of course, and especially after that second round qualifying he had.
So Elias Ischel now has completed 12 laps, a couple left for him to run here in this pro final. And he'll head back through the Polaris turn. The outside was fast early, but the lines have changed. Most everybody staying on the bottom of that tightest turn here on this track.
Yeah, got chewed up on the outside a little bit. They found the inside to be just a tad bit faster. There's your race leader. Watch him as he goes through that rhythm section. This is where they start coming on the throttle right here. You can see that he goes down just about to the tough blocks. Maybe lets it drift out just a bit, but like you said, Paul, staying tight to the bottom for a while.
White flag will wave here for Elias Ishul as he comes across the Amsoil finish line. So he is one lap away from a win here in round number 10 of Amsoil Championship Snowcross powered by Ram.
Benham's cut into the lead just a bit, but still a good couple of seconds behind. Quite a bit to make up. Needs to hope that Elias has a little issue here, but I can guarantee you that the driver from Opdal, Norway, all he wants to see is those checkered flags. Looks over his shoulder, sees exactly where Daniel's at, knows what he needs to do here.
So he'll come blazing down the backstretch on the XPS Jimmy John Skidoo, working his way through the Ram sweeper. He is your point leader, and he's about to win another pro final here tonight as he comes to the Amsoil finish line. The flames will go high for Elias Ishul. Daniel Benham with another great finish on the podium comes away second on the Makita Rockstar Skidoo. And Aki Palaya will make it the two boss sleds back on the podium, but not first and second like the last round. This time it's first and third, and Oscar Norm will take the fourth spot, followed by Emil Hart in fifth. So Elias Ishul grabs yet another win, and the Viking Rocket continues to propel himself towards possible back-to-back point championships. We'll hear from him when we come back with more Amsoil Championship Snowcross powered by Ram on the CBS Sports Network. Elias getting the helmet off here. Mission accomplished for him as he captures another win here in round 10. So it's Ishul, Benham, Palaya, Norm, and Hars, your top five here in the pro final, followed by Katu, Crit, Pauline, Muller, and Patton, and then Whitwer, Adams, Bradbury, and Lincoln Lemieux round out the rest of the field in tonight's pro final. They mash the gas coming off the line. The pros are on track here in Dubuque. Who will have the stud boy hold shot? It looks like it was Lincoln Lemieux. Oh, and Elias with a nice move on the inside out of the Polaris turn.
And some troubles down in that corner. That's Logan Crush. Oh! Look at that. Lemieux over huge. Ishul out front. Benham in second.
And Aki Palaya, after having not such a great start, has been able to move up to third and have Oscar Norm and Emil Hart. So the Hedges sleds went in the fourth and fifth spot.
Daniel Benham now trying to catch Ishul, but Ishul, nobody in front of him.
White flag will wave here for Elias Ishul as he comes across the Amsoil finish line. He is your point leader, and he's about to win another pro final here tonight as he comes to the Amsoil finish line. The flames will go high for Elias Ishul.
Elias telling me that it was a lot different in this final than you've had the rest of the day. So tell me what the difference maker was. I can only imagine you're happy to be back up on top of the podium.
Yeah, I struggled the whole day and just said to myself in the whole final and before the final, just go slow, because then I go like, yeah, take it more easy and go smoother. And yeah, so I just said to myself every lap, just go slow and then it's faster. It's faster out there instead of trying it. Yeah, so it was a really good final, and yeah, happy to be up there again.
Happy for you. Congratulations.
Another win for Elias Ishul, and that will help him add to the point lead. And Mike, with just 3 weekends of racing left in the season, can anybody stop this guy?
Well, you know, Elias has had some struggles. We know that. Daniel Benham's starting to pick it up now, and, you know, Benham's been doing well. It'll be interesting to see. I like the comment that he made, how he said, I kept telling myself to go slow. I once remember a guy that worked as a driver for a couple of these teams by the name of Dean Turcotte. And Dean Turcotte and I were talking racing one day, and Turcotte said, you know, I've told a lot of people this, but he says, sometimes to go faster, you need to go slower. because you think better. You're not trying as hard. You're not pushing the envelope, and you just become so natural. So it's interesting. Like I said, Elias has matured so much over the past 2 years that it was interesting to hear him make that comment.
Elias talking it over with the Boss Racing crew down here. And he'll be getting ready to head up to the podium here in just a moment. You see Daniel Benham down there. He's got a smile on his face after a fine second place run in our pro final here tonight as well. Of course, as Mike mentioned, we take a little 2-week break in the action here. Our next event will be the Seneca Allegheny Snocross National, and that'll be at the Seneca Allegheny Casino in Salamanca, New York. February 21st and 22nd, the dates for that one.
And then 2 weeks off after that, and we go back to back. There you see it right there. Salamanca, New York, like you said, in your backyard.
Yep.
You'll be able to drive to that one. And then 2 weeks off again, and then back to back. Grand Rapids, Michigan, a new site there, and Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. We wrap up with the Ram Truck Snowcross presented by Nielsen Enterprise. That is in March. So we think they're just about up there, ready to go. Let's meet the top 3 here in the pro final for tonight. In third place, out of Finland, racing with Boss Racing, sponsored by Jimmy John's, Skidoo, XPS, and FXR. On the number 128 Skidoo, Aki Palaya. Your second place finisher qualified second on the 221 Skidoo out of Deer River, Minnesota. Racing for Warner Racing, sponsored by Makita, Rockstar, Skidoo, NSK, and GMC Trucks. Second place, Daniel Benham. And your winner out of Oppdal, Norway, for Skidoo, Jimmy John's, XPS, FXR, and for Studboy, racing with Boss Racing on the 200 Skidoo, your winner, Elias Ischel. Josie has microphone in hand, questions ready to go. Let's throw it down to Josie Christian.
Thanks, guys. Third place, Aki. We had 2 rounds here in Iowa. You were up here both times, so what worked for you?
I don't know. I don't know why I do usually well in Iowa, but it worked this time too. Even I was sick during the weekend, and I was running so bad, out of energy in the final, so I just tried to keep the third position, and it worked. And I have to thank of course Jimmy Jones. That was pretty much everything I could beat this weekend, and of course last call I felt like hangover, even I didn't drink anything.
That's good.
And of course whole team Boss Racing, Skidoo, XPS, last call, Ram, Studboy, CA Pro, Hayskis, brakes, FXR, Rock Speed FX, and Enso KYB. Thank you. And terveisiä kotiväelle Suomeen äitille, siskolle ja Hellulle ja kaikille faneille ja kavereille. Mukava alkoi seurata.
Hey, I don't know what he just said, but I learned earlier unya, and that means good job. So congratulations on the third place. And in second, Dan Benham, consistency was key for you this weekend, and you seem to execute that very well. So let's talk about the track and kind of the challenges that you had throughout it.
Yeah, for sure. This track was a nice change of pace. You know, we got some lap times, we got some speed in there, and yesterday we had some cool rhythm. Today the track was just rough and gnarly. There was whoops that you could take 2 different options, and unfortunately, I hope Lincoln Muse doing all right. We got together there, but yeah, I'm glad. I'm just feeling comfortable on the sled, and man, I wish I could have a few more laps, but Elias is riding good, and yeah, man, I'm looking forward to the rest of the season.
It was definitely a fun race to watch between you guys, but who helped you out tonight?
Oh, the whole team. Makita, Rockstar, Skidoo, NSK, GMC, Hayes, Mechanics for Bell, Scott, CTI, Fly, Speedworks, Mechanic Nate, the whole team. We're just grinding away and we're making progress.
For sure. Congratulations. And on top of the podium, Elias, you had a very different weekend from yesterday to today. So kind of talk me through what changes you made.
No, I just need to work on myself and just try to take it easy and breathe and just try to find my marks and be fast out there. And I need to thanks my whole team, Boss Racing, Jimmy Jones, XPS, Hayes, FXR, Skidoo, Stud Boys, Pro Skis, Rock, Speedworks, Wonderland Design, and KG, and Kirby and Sophie and Jills for the awesome work they have done this weekend, and David and Jamie with the clutching, and Gary and Jesse, and and I need to thank my buddies Jacob and Marcus that have been with me the last couple of weeks, and it's just been an awesome time, and then I've been working good with me, and my mom and dad that's here with me all the time, and just everyone back home too, and just thank you to everyone, and last of all the thank you last call, and I probably think a lot of the people back home should take a last call in the end of the night. Thank you.
Congratulations. Give it up for your top 3 in the pro final.
And we wrap up with that, a excellent weekend of racing here at a brand new facility for Amsoil Championship Snowcross powered by Ram. A lot of memories will be taken home from this one, Mike.
Sure, well, a big thank you going out to the folks from Tyson's. What a great job they did. We want to thank them. Of course, Quick Start, thank you for their sponsorship and their presenting of this event. And all the folks here at the Dubuque County Fairgrounds, from those that serve food and beverages and whatever, thank you to them. A couple of weeks off here, like I said, some of these teams are going to need those 2 weeks off, just to let everybody take a deep breath, to try to heal up some bumps and bangs. A tough weekend for Shearing Speed Sports, both Hunter Patnode and the Lincoln just getting beat up big time. So those 2 weeks off will be big. We race a week and then we're off again a couple of weeks. 5 big important weeks here of healing people up, but look forward to going out to New York.
All right, for Haley Shanley, Josie Christian, Mike Schroeder, and the rest of our crew here, thank you very much for joining us for Amsoil Championship Snowcross powered by Ram as we say good night from Dubuque, Iowa.